Chosen ones, empaths, one thing I want to bring to your attention, right, is knowing your value. I really need you by the end of this video to know your value, because the narcissist is in a bit of a conundrum at the moment. If you've separated from the narcissist, you were discarded, or the narcissist, or you had to separate from the narcissist yourself, you had to bring the relationship to a close. The narcissist will never find another you. You have to realize that every human on earth, right, is unique. Okay? But people often fall into where they follow the herd, they follow the sheep. So they basically become like a clone of another person. And narcissists, a lot of them are the same. That's why we're all able to resonate with each other and reason with each other. And we've got an understanding between ourselves about them, right? But when it comes to an empath and a chosen one, right, you're unique. There's not another you. There will never be another you. You've got a unique fingerprint. You've got a unique voice pattern. Yeah? You've got a unique eye print. You're unique in every single way possible, right? So I need you to, the trauma bond that they have you in, if you're still suffering or you still miss them, okay? Or even if you're past it somewhat, but you still kind of miss the good times or whatnot, yeah? You have to understand that that's the trauma bond. But you have to understand and you have to empathize now. Normally I say don't empathize with the narcissist, yeah? But I want you to empathize. Use your skill of empathy. And this will help you unmask what is really happening. Because they're out in the world now trying to find you. But they will never find you. They will never find another you. The narcissist will never find another you. No matter how much they try. And believe me, they try. Please press the like and the subscribe button. Help your brother out. It'll take 2 seconds of your time. Thank you. But the narcissist now, they're very hasty. Okay? So they go into these relationships very willy-nilly. Like they just get into these relationships very hastily. And they get into them and then they get a realization, the fact that this new relationship they're in, they regret it. They feel like, from a self-absorbed point of view, because there was a bit of a misunderstanding of the last video, a couple of videos I done back, and people were saying they don't regret. But what I'm trying to say is they regret from a self-absorbed point of view. Because they've ran into a worse situation, they then blame the new supply for them terminating it with you. Because usually, in most cases, they've lined up the new supply before they've discarded us, or we've had to separate from them. They've lined up a supply, or they have someone on the back burner. They have someone there. So they start to blame the new supply for the relationship between yourselves coming to an end. Okay? And they then try to turn the new supply into you because it's a degree of missing you. It's a degree of missing your supply mainly. In all aspects, it's actually a degree of missing your supply, because your supply as a chosen one and an empath is potent. It's very pure. It carries a lot of force. Okay, whether they were invoking negative supply or good supply, loving supply, whatever kind of supply it is, they don't care. They'll take it. They'll take that supply and they'll run with it. Yeah, they don't care. But they're out there now trying to find you. And this is the delusion that they find themselves in for a very long period of time. And some will go into their elderly years, they'll become very lonely. Yeah, there's a difference between us. When we're alone, we embrace our alone time. Especially empaths, we need our alone time. We embrace our alone time. We love our own company. But the narcissists can't function in their own company. They can't do anything for themselves. They always need someone as a crutch. They need someone to take the weight for them. They need someone there as to dump all their crap on, basically. Yeah. So with time, as time goes on, you'll see them run into numerous suppliers. They may even stop posting it because they made a dreadful mistake when they posted, when they plastered that new supply in your face over the social media, because I know they've done it. Yeah, I know they've done it. I know you had a look. We're not meant to have a look. We broke the golden rule of no contact, but we've had a look, yeah? And it kind of scarred us a bit when we saw it. But if you look between the veil, you've got to understand that everything was intentionally done with you in mind, because this is what they do. That's why there's numerous times we can make a whole video about Hoovers, you know? You can make so many topics about the Hoover, yeah, and the Hoover attempts that they do, yeah? And that's because they're actually at their lowest when they do these Hoover attempts, and they need some form of supply from you. They're also trying to check your temperament, checking whether you'd let them back in. But once they know you're fully healed, you know, once they know you're fully healed, it will frustrate them. They may try and break for some more Hoovers, or they'll disappear for a bit, or you may see them gone for good. Once they know you've door slammed them, they can feel it. So then they have to try and make you somewhere else. They have to try and make a new supply, like you. And like, this is like Dr. Frankenstein. Like, what are they trying to create? They're there getting the person. They're there getting the person, yeah? Oh, no, don't. Do it this way, do it that way. Or do this, try to make them sexually like you, how you were sexually. Just to be like you. You know what I mean? They'll make them start, let's make this dish, you know? They'll try and make them cook something that you used to make. They'll do all of these things, a myriad of things, to try and remind them of you, to feel close to you. And everyone don't understand this point that I'm trying to make, because you don't hear a lot of people talk about it, but this is what they're like. They're very self-absorbed. So they're full well capable of making that new supply suffer like hell on earth because of your expense, at their expense, because of you, should I say. Yeah? They don't mind. They will make that new supply suffer. They will stay with that new supply, and they'll try and turn them into you. And if things don't work out, they'll find a new supply and they'll run to that new supply. And this is what they do through the course of time. But as time wears on them and they get older, they've got the less charm about them. They're not able to love bomb the same way they used to do. They're also bound by various soul ties that they've been intimate with, because they are very promiscuous. And they have a lot of intimate relationships with people, which actually on a spiritual aspect creates a lot of soul ties. The more partners you have, the harder it is for you to pair bond. So when you've got a narcissist that can't pair bond from day one, whenever they become the narcissist, when they're transformed fully by the demonic spirits, the demonic realm, influencing them, the demonic entities, and they become a full-fledged narcissist, they was unable to pair bond. They was unable to pair bond with you. They're unable to pair bond with the new supply. They're unable to pair bond with anyone. Also, when you add into the fact that a lot of intimacy with various different people stops you being able to pair bond, it's proven in psychology, science, whatever you want to call it, it's proven that if someone has had premarital intercourse, that can just once, yeah, that increases by a huge percentage of a divorce rate that's most likely to occur. That's just being with one partner before you've got married, yeah. That's why it's proven that people who got married when they were virgins, their relationships usually tend to last longer. That's what they say. It's just a theory. Yeah, I don't know if it's factually true because I've only read on it, so I didn't carry out an analysis and all that. I didn't carry out all of that. Do you know what I mean? But I'm just saying it makes sense. So when you've got someone who's being very promiscuous, yeah, like the narcissist, who's cheating, who's sleeping with this one, who's sleeping with that one, this will affect them. They can't pair bond anyway, as I've mentioned, but this will affect them very badly. Yeah. Also, adding into the mix, the spiritual aspect of being involved intimately with lots of people is very demonic. Like, you get a lot of soul ties. So they're out there now, back to the title of the video about how the narcissist will never find another you. They're out there now searching for you in everyone else. That's what they're doing. They can't go back to you. You might have door slammed them. They may have done too much drama and trouble for them even to approach you, like properly, I can't even say it, properly. They may to approach you properly and break it down like they're sorry and they can't actually do that a lot of the times because they've made such a mess. So they're out there now pursuing new people with you in mind. How sick is that? How sick is that? That's what they're doing. They're actually getting involved in people's lives. They're having children with these individuals. They're getting married. They're meeting their families. They're doing all this with you in mind. Yeah? And even if they've discarded you, you've got to remember, if they discarded you, you've won. You caused them such trouble. You caused them so many injuries that they come down on you like a ton of bricks. That's why they discarded you. Yeah? It's a blessing from the universe, from God's decree, from divine intervention taking place, causing the separation between yourselves. Because you caused them a whole bag of injuries across the course of the journey. And when you think back, you think, wow. When you look back in retrospect, you think, wow, yeah, that really hurt them, didn't it? Oh my God, look at that time when I done that. They may have slept with you after. They may have been telling you they loved you after. But they stored it in their mind. Yeah? Their mind's like a library of injuries. Their mind is like a library of injuries that they store in their mind. Okay? And they'll store it there and they will seek revenge. And that's why their revenge come out through the discard. Their revenge come out through the smear campaign. Their revenge come out through cheating on you. The revenge come out, but do not blame yourself. Do not blame yourself for inflicting these injuries. These injuries were done through you mirroring them back, through your own self-defense mechanism that empaths are blessed with. They're blessed with the power of mirroring. So when they were breaking us down, devaluing us, breaking us down, we was doing it back to them in another way. And every time this was causing injury after injury after injury after injury. So that's why I say, because a lot of the videos that I used to watch, that I have watched, they paint the narcissist as this supreme being that is infallible, you know. Not infallible, but what I meant by infallible is you can't beat them. You can't get anything wrong with them. Yeah, like there's no default to them. You know, they always win the situation. They have no heart. They don't feel. They don't regret. It's not the case. It's not the case. They're very insecure beings. Very, very, very insecure. They're very traumatized by the demonic entities in their mind. They're very traumatized through being with numerous people. They don't know how to pair bond. You know? That's why they often go around like the victim. Because they are feeling like a victim. Because they're persecuted by the devils. Yeah? The devils run rampant through them. Rampant. You know what I mean? I made a video about a long time back now, yeah? But it was about intrusive thoughts. From time to time, we get intrusive thoughts that might disturb our spirit. They're plagued with intrusive thoughts that disturb their spirit day to day. They're plagued with them. 6 sinister whispers plague their minds. Yeah? 6 sinister whispers come from the devil about you. 6 sinister whispers, like probably things like, oh, you made a bit of a mess of this. Like, and it will put them down. That's why they put us down. Because they're getting put down by the devil constantly. They're getting put down. Yeah? They're constantly comparing themselves to others. They're constantly comparing their new relationship to you. But when they was with you, they're comparing, when they was with us and they had us, they was comparing us to other people and they was thinking they can do better. They was thinking the grass is greener. They think they could do better. They monkey branched to a new supplier. They thought they had the dream of their lives. You know, that's what they thought they had. And they ran into a brick wall. Yeah? They ran into a brick wall. You know what I mean? That's what it was. They was heading down the tunnel, thinking, yes, I'm going. I can see the light. I can see the light. I can see the light there. There's a light at the end of the tunnel. We're getting out of the darkness. We're getting out to the tunnel. And we was the darkness. That's what they're thinking. I can do better than them. And at the end of the tunnel, there's a big train and it ran them down, crushed them down and made them feel like, yo, I just seriously messed up now. Yeah? And they're looking back, trying to look that back down the tunnel at us. There's just darkness. We're gone. Door slam. No contact. They either broke us down too much where they can't even approach us. They don't feel worthy to be in the same vicinity as us. That's in my case. They will I don't believe... They've probably stalked. Actually, I saw them stalk once. I saw them stalking very soon after, I saw them driving past with their mum near my area and that. And then the mum, man, like that's what damaged me at first is I realized the mum was a narcissist before I realized that my ex was a narcissist. Yeah, that's what I realized. So at first I was empathizing with my ex because their mum's a narcissist. But when push comes to shove, yeah, we have to break that empathy thing like there. We can't empathize with them about their upbringing, this and that, because I always say, like, there's people that have been through worse trauma in this life and they grow up and they become like advocates against certain brutal things that happen to children and stuff like that. They become advocates, they'll join charities, they'll do some real heroic, great things for the world. And they went through a magnitude of suffering as a child, yeah? And they bounce back and they become stronger. And that's an empath, that's a chosen one, that's what we do. We don't always have the easiest ride as empaths and chosen ones, but we use what happened to us not to define us. We don't let what happened to us define us, and we move forward. But these narcissists, back to the title of the video. Back to the title of the video. These narcissists will never find another you, okay? So just know, they're out there on the wild goose chase, looking for another you. They're out there on the goose chase. They're on the prowl, 24/7. They've got a new supply. The new supply is not like you. It's not working out where they're trying to turn the new supply into you. So they're on the scout for another one. And then when they jump to the other one, then they'll be like this. And they'll jump to the other one. And then nothing's going to ever satisfy them like you did. And they did not know the value of you when they was with you. That's why separation through two normal people, even when you're in a normal relationship, sometimes separation can put two people on better terms. Not with a narcissist. Not with a narcissist. Separation will never put you on better terms with a narcissist. Nothing will work out of a narcissist. Yeah? But I'm trying to say, in a normal relationship, you might see the benefits of each other and stuff like that. But that's why with a narcissist, we have to break from that way of thinking. Like, that's why they often do the discard as well. Because we was becoming too burdensome for them, in a sense of we was mirroring too much, we was causing a lot of injuries, they often discarded us to make us want them more. You see, that's another reason why they do it. They say, okay, let me push them away. They blow hot and cold. So they'll push us away, so we go closer. And at first, I fell victim to it. I tried to move in closer like an idiot. Yeah. But I learned from that mistake, and I'll never do that again. And we've all done it, you know. We've tried to reach back out to them, but they've got a game in mind. They've got a plan in mind. That's why they're not reciprocating what you're saying. They're not having a civil discussion like adults. But all of this stuff that they've done, and that's why I don't paint it the same brush as I've seen of many other people that do, is like the narcissist is always victorious. They actually suffer in the end. Every decision they made, every bad decision that they made comes back to them through karma. It comes back to them worse. Every bad thing that they've done to you, they're plagued by it because now they're haunted by you. They've got reminders of you every day. The new supply they're with is trying to sleep like you. The new supply is trying to cook like you. The new supply is trying to dress like you. The new supply is wearing your same perfume or same aftershave. The new supply, that's what's happening out here, yeah? And that's what they do, yeah? And they will continue to do that till the end of time. But a lot of the time they grow old, they get even worse, you know? Like, that's what we got to think to ourselves. Like, we've been with these individuals. We had them at a period of time. We don't want those dusty people back in our lives. We don't want them dusty weirdos back in our lives, because those dusty weirdos cause us nothing but grief and trouble, drama and war. It's a real war with these individuals. You know what I mean? So just know they're out there on the prowl, man. They're out there on the scout. They're trying to line up a new supply that's going to be like you. They're looking for everything and everything to be like you. And that's what they will do. Because you come into their life as a blessing. You come into their life as a gift from God, to give them a chance to change. And they didn't change. And they will face the repercussions of all their actions. Trust me, I can assure that. But anyway, I have gone on a bit long on this one. I'll leave the video there. Please press the like and the subscribe button, and if you want a one-to-one session, you can find the details how to book that in the description box. Anyway, I'll catch you all soon. Peace.